industry than ever, but there's still concern about the low number of female engineers entering the profession today. Andrew Black's here to tell us more.
Thank you, Gillian. 50 years ago, women made up barely 0.5% of our engineering workforce. Today, women make up just 7% of engineering apprenticeships. Elizabeth Donnelly is CEO of the Women's Engineering Society and joins me now. Good morning to you, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Andrew.
Certainly, the Scottish engineering companies that I speak to are working really hard to encourage more women into the industry. And why do you think numbers are still so low?
Well, I think a lot of it's about visibility. We still don't see very many women engineers in public, and a lot of the media, when you do drama, don't really talk about engineering companies. It seems to be lawyers and accountants. But I think if more senior women are now getting into engineering and becoming more visible, and government initiatives in terms of reporting the gender pay gap and getting more women onto boards are helping as well.
Your organisation, the Women's Engineering Society, is just about to turn 100 years old. It's probably worth remembering that in that time there have been women engineers who have had a huge impact.
Absolutely. Amy Johnson, who was a flight engineer as well, broke many records as a pilot. She was one of our presidents. We had Professor Daphne Jackson, the first female nuclear physicist. And even today we're making history. Dr. Karen Hing invented artificial bone grafts, and she's been celebrated on a stamp for British engineering this year.
And what would you like to see then done to encourage more women into engineering?
Well, I'd like there to be more pictures of women on websites and more discussion about women in engineering. We talk about engineering in very negative terms in some respects, about how you need to have maths and science and how it can be dirty or hard work. Whereas I'd really like to hear messages saying engineers save more lives than doctors, because we do things like produce clean water and we build the hospitals and the mechanical medical devices that help people.
And is the ultimate goal like 50-50, an equal number of men and women working in engineering?
That would be ideal, but we're still quite a long way off there. So we're looking at hopefully achieving 30% of new women engineers by the year 2030. But we're focusing in the Women's Engineering Society on encouraging women. We're a professional network. We offer mentoring for women. And I'll be talking about this at Subcon, the NEC today in Birmingham. That's the premier manufacturing supply chain show.
And do you think we're now in a better position to increase the number of women in engineering, given the real focus we've seen recently on things like equal rights and fair pay?
Yes, absolutely. We say to companies that some of the things that they put in place can be barriers to women. So if you have a lot of essential criteria, for example, a woman is very unlikely to apply if she doesn't meet everything, whereas a man is more likely to apply if he meets just over half. And we've got job description ads that, can be off-putting for women as well. So we're saying things like, just make those jobs more appealing.
OK, thank you very much. Elizabeth Donnelly there from the Women's Engineering Society.
Now to misquote Churchill,